What's up, guys? Welcome back to the next video learning Laravel. My name is QDS Danny and you guys watching my channel Coraiwood. Alright, so before we begin with our read raw SQL data, you guys go ahead and fire up your Laravel PHP artisan serve. So once you guys do that, then we're gonna go and see in the previous video we have introduced you guys about the raw SQL, and if you look in here, so we have shown you guys about the faker, about how you guys insert the database, just like a fake database inside your SQL. And now we have shown you guys about the raw SQL, and see how you guys see this one. And we have seen this insert in the database, and we said that's here, that's query, and you have a binding. So what's a query? Query is this guys here. So you're inserting into the product, so that's called SQL query, and that's the where we put it here. The value is a binding. That's the second one, and that's the values about the binding. So as we said in the previous video, that's going to be like PHP. It's called PHP, and it's called data objects. So if you remove this HP, is going to be PHP data object. Alright, so how the PHP data objects work? For example, if you have a server, and if you have a server, for example, and then you have a MySQL, you put a colon, and you can put a host equal to local host, and database name equal to, say, for example, Laravel, for example. Now then the PDO wants a user. What's our user? Our user is in our case that's a root. Then as you guys know, is asking for password. In our case, our password's pretty much empty, because this is asking about the password for this guys here. So that's a password. I'm putting this so you guys have a clear idea why we're doing this raw SQL the PDO way. And the last one is going to be, say for example, we're going to put a PDO, put a new objects. That's called new objects of the PDO. It's called object oriented programming. So we put a server on top. We're going to combine all of them together. We're going to put a user, and we're going to put a password. So now once you guys create this object variable here, PDO, you guys need to instantiate this PDO. That's guys, then you guys need to put this information, because you guys telling the PDO that look, I'm looking for MySQL, and that's localhost deep, and my database name is Laravel, and that's all in the server. Then you guys gonna put a user, and then you guys gonna put a password. So all this, the PDO needs all this information. Once the PDO goes and connected to your database here, which is this guy is here, in our case it's going to be Laravel DB, so we put a Laravel DB. You guys need to insert, and then you guys need to, for example, you guys can create, read, update, and delete. It's called CRUD. And so insert comes into the first one. Then we can read, we can update, and we can delete. You can do all this CRUD on this PDO. So the last one, STMT, the STMT people, they put it for a statement. So what's the statement? Say for example, we're gonna put a select, we put a PDO, and then we put a query, and we put a select everything from products, for example, because we are selecting the product, which is this guys here, the products here. So we can select all these products here, and then we put a rows, and we put a STMT, and we put a fetch all, and that's inbuilt PDO function. Then we put a PDO scope resolution operator, fetch a soak, and you can then after that for each, and then you can display your data. We can put a rows, as for example row. Okay, so there's a typo here. You guys need to put this guy here. This guy here, we put a row as rows as a row. You can put a rows as a row singular, and then you can put an echo, or you can do the printf, for example, whatever. How you gonna do that? Then we're gonna put a row, and then we put a, for example, this row, and we're gonna copy that. Next to it you can put an ID, for example, and then you can copy this, and then you can put it next to it. You can put a row, and you can put a name, and then next to it you can put a row, and you can put a description. Why I'm putting these rows, and these rows, all of these rows here, these rows, this is the row. So I'm putting ID, I'm putting name, I'm putting description, I'm putting price, and created that, updated that. So that's how we're going to fetch, or we're going to read our PDO. You guys want to write this, you can write it somewhere. We're going to do exactly like this. So I'm going to put it here. So keep in mind, this row is this guy here, from rows, whatever the rows, because why we have a statement, statement security, fetch all. It means we're going to fetch all, because it's just like a normal everyday English. PDO, then we're referring to PDO, there is a constant there, is fetches. So okay, so here we're putting rows as row. The first rows are going to be ID, second one is the name, description, then it's going to be price, then it's going to be feature, blah blah blah. You can put all. You guys want to write this, you can write this, so you want to get familiar. But we're going to do exactly like this. We're going to use this guys here with this one here. So how do we going to do that with in say for example in our database? Say for example, if you want the first one and you want to see the object of this guys here, we're going to do that, and that's going to be very easy. So you guys can do your raw SQL. For example, you guys can we have done insert, and make sure you guys put a comment here. Make sure you guys gonna put a comment here. Why we put a comment is because if you guys want, then this one's gonna execute again, then it's gonna be, then you guys gonna insert something again here. So now we're gonna put it here. For example, we're gonna put a route, and we put a get. For example, the second one for the CRUD is that we have done the first one, the second one's going to be read, then it's going to be update and delete. So we're going to put a product read, and then we do the function, and do not forget your semicolon here. If you guys new to Laravel, you guys sometimes forget your semicolon, but make sure when you guys get error, you check your semicolon that you guys have put it there or not. So, and then we're gonna put a here, if you guys like STMT query, you guys need to put a say variable here. You guys can put up for example product. So you can put a product, and inside the product, then you're going to put a DB, and then you can put a select. Just like here, PDO query, and then you can put a select everything from products. So we're going to copy that, and we're going to put it here, and then we put a select everything like that from products, and then we're going to put a where, and we put a ID equal to then question mark, and then we can put a 1. It means we guys looking for the ID of say for example 1. And now we're gonna put a return product, return, and then we do product. Okay, so here you guys need to put a say comment on that one too, because this is just for you guys to know the PDO, how the PDO works, but our main goal is here. So how we're going to fetch our database, whatever, and we're going to display it here. So how we're going to fetch this guy here, the kite, and this one here, and display it here in our screen. Okay, so you guys make sure you guys save. And now I'm gonna go through this one. We have a variable here. When we put a db, here we put an insert, here we put an insert, and here we put a db select. So if I hover, I'm gonna end up so exactly the same one. So we have a query, we have a binding, and we have a use read PDO is equal to true. So this is a little bit different from the insert, and this is the select. It's already inbuilt inside the Laravel, but it uses the PDO. It uses this guys here. The structure of this one is exactly like that. We put a comment here, and now we're going to check here. So I made a mistake here. I'm going to put an E. Okay, so that's going to be route. There is a typo here. Okay, so now everything's done. We're gonna go in our here, in this guys here, and we're gonna refresh, and we're gonna put a read, for example, read, and then we're gonna display. And you guys looking here, that's a JSON JavaScript object notation. So the JSON gonna come here like a dictionary. It's gonna be key and a value. You're gonna see the key value here. So the first one, ID is 1, the name is kite, and you look in here, the name is kite, and description best kite, and the price is 30 for 40, and special price is 30. So kite, best kite, 40, 30, and you go look in here, kite, best kite, 40, 30, created ad, updated ad, and the slug is kite, and featured product is no, and you're going to see here the featured product is no. So that's how you guys gonna do this. And if you guys want to look at the, as I said, raw SQL, you're gonna see it like this. That's a raw SQL. You're gonna see it like this, and that's a headers. If you're gonna want to, there are different ways for you. The PHP shows you guys. So the first one is a header, and that's how it's gonna show you guys the all the whatever except encoding language, because connection is keep alive, host is 127. You guys are going to look at here. Then set fetch destination is going to be document, navigate. They're all user agents Mozilla, because it's a Firefox. So that's all different ways of headers of the, that's how PHP displays it. So inside the header, that's how PHP displays. But if you go look in here, the raw database is like this. That's also the key value. But if you guys look in here, it's more readable, is more user friendly. You can read it easy, but that's this raw this one is for computers. And if you look in here, that's a lot easier for us. So that's how we're gonna read our database in the raw SQL. So you guys are gonna put it here. The first one is get, then product db select everything from product, where ID is 1. That's gonna be exactly like this. You guys looking here, we have a PDO. We're gonna put a new PDO because we're instantiating our PDO object, and we're gonna put a server, this data, user, password, because all it needs. Say for example, you guys want to go somewhere, you guys need all the information. That's exactly with the PDO. PDO needs all this information. PDO needs what database you guys using, what is your local host, if it's local host or live host, or what's your database. Then if you have a database, what's your user, and I need to know your passwords. Once you guys supplied all this information, then you guys going to instantiate the object PDO, and here you guys execute your query. You can put a select, then you can put a insert, for example, select, then you can put update, and you can do a lot of other stuff. All right, so now if you guys wanna say if you want not one, if you guys want to see all, say for example now we only putting one of these, say for example now we have a 6. If you guys want to see everything you guys want to see inside the JSON, you guys need to remove the ID. Say we have a put ID, you guys need to remove this constraint from here. This is called constraint because we are putting where. So if you guys remove this and you guys remove this one, it means now you guys want to check everything like this. You guys gonna be exactly like the top. So we're gonna put it here, and now we're gonna put it like that, and now you're gonna see the kite. Number 2 is Ford car, then it's going to be Toshiba, then the last one is going to be Samsung mobile. That's going to be exactly like this. If you guys want to see all, if you guys want to fetch everything from your database, then you guys need to remove the ID that we had it before. Like you guys need to remove the constraint. This is you guys putting strictly that you guys wanting the ID, this guy here. But if you guys want to put a say where ID or name, whatever you guys want to put it, you can put it here. But if you don't, you guys just remove this. So once you guys remove, that's how you're gonna get it here. You guys can play around with the raw SQL, but keep in mind this raw SQL is just for development purposes. You guys you should never ever do this in a production environment, because you guys don't want the user to look at your JSON, our raw data, our headers. You guys don't want, they can look at the header, but you guys make sure they don't look at the internals of your program. And so this is only for the development purposes. For example, if you guys want to quickly fetch your database from your route here from your web. So as I said that we have done so far, we have inserted our data, we have read our data, then we can update and delete our data as well. Alright guys, that's it for this video. If you guys have any question or comment, leave in the comment box. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.